All right, Pro Boxing Insider here with Jeff Mayweather. Jeff, just got a few questions for you about your nephew. Of course, big news, he just got out. So have you talked with him so far, and what have you guys talked about?
Yes, we talked. We talked about a lot. In the short time he's been out, we've even done a lot. Working on putting together a reality show, Mayweather reality show. Of course, with him being one of the focal points, him and 50 Cent. So, we've been working with both of them on that as well. And actually, we just had a meeting here at the gym, and it seemed like everybody in the state of Nevada knew he was here. I don't know how, but because I just talked to him about the meeting, and it was supposed to be just, a little private meeting. But it just happened. I knew that this was the best place to have the meeting there, so I had everyone come here. And lo and behold, half the people in here was trying to get on TMT promotion. Everybody coming in here sparring hard, hoping that Floyd or 50 is watching, but they wasn't really here for that. They was here for for something totally different.
What effect, if any, do you think that his time away had on him, personally and emotionally?
Well, it's changed him. It's changed him a lot. He has a very humble disposition, and one thing that when I spoke to him is that it's certainly a place that he doesn't want to go back to. Especially being confined the way he was. And of course, it's like with anything else. When you find yourself confined, you start to think about things. You start to think about your situation. You start to think about how you got there. You start to think about most important people that you feel that's most important in your life. And most of the time, you revert back to your family. So, and that's one thing I know that's happening. And I think that it's only going to make the bond stronger between all of us.
A lot of talk about his hair. What do you think of his new hairdo?
See, I like it. I got one too. Got my afro.
All right. Do you think any of this will tarnish his legacy, overall when it's all said and done?
No. If anything, he's gonna be much bigger than he ever was. Just like Mike Tyson. Every time a person, find himself in a situation of this magnitude, and when they come out, that's the thing that everybody wants to know, if they're going to be the same, if they're going to be better, if they're going to be worse. And that in itself, makes that person much bigger than they probably would be, because everybody's on the edge of their seats now, waiting to see what Floyd's going to do, waiting to see if he's going to still be able to have the same veracity, the same drive, things that he had before he was locked up.
Yeah. All right, this last question for you, just on on a personal note. What's something that the average person might not know about Floyd as a person?
Well, I think it's one of those things that people know, but it's one of those things that also Floyd doesn't care about getting credit for. Floyd is a very, very giving and caring person. He does a lot. He does a lot of charity. He does a lot of things to help people that are less fortunate than him. But that's something that he don't want the press for. He's not trying to. Even with, of course, people know that he paid for Joe Frazier's funeral, he paid for Junior Hernandez's funeral, but he does countless things, and he does that from the bottom of his heart. But at the same time, I always tell him, I say it's a conflict of interest, because of the fact that he's so hated in boxing.
Yeah.
That when you bring in that part of it, it's almost like, why am I hating on this guy? This guy does so much good. But at the same time, it works for him. Being a villain works for him as well. So.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time, Jeff. Just anything else you got to plug or want to tell the folks about?
Yeah, ProBoxingInsider.com.
Check that out. You go to the forums there. You could ask Jeff questions, and he'll respond to them personally.
That was a good promotion. I think so.